Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, it is Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend. It was really hot on Sunday yesterday, but it's supposed to really cool down this week, so even we might get a little bit of rain. But anyway, it was a great weekend. Chilled out with the family, done some gardening at home as well, so that was good. That was pretty cool. Got all the garden ready for the summer because that's just round the corner. But yeah, back on it this week. We are going to be doing part 2 on the Ford KA. We've got the gearbox just there. We need to whip out the oil seals, change them. I've got the clutch as well, so I will show you all that first. And then we'll just get straight into it and start putting this back together. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's do this. Right, so guys, we've got the gearbox. We're going to swap over the oil seals on that one. Just give it a quick clean round. It's pretty clean and nice and tidy anyway, so but I just want to wipe it around and just make sure it's done. New clutch, 3-part clutch plate and the bearing. So that's that. We've got a slave cylinder as well, new one. So that's got to go in place. And we've got the oil seals there. I've got gearbox oil being delivered. That's on its way. I've also got brake pads being delivered as well because the brake pads are so low on this car. So we're going to do that as well so that it's just all done, ready for her to drive. Yeah, I think she's got exams. Is it exams or she's got college? So she's got college stuff going on. So she needs her car back. So today, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it all done, all sorted, all back in place. So let's get cracking. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay, so let me show you what is going on, guys. As you can see, nice new clutch in place and all torqued up with the bolts as they should be. So yeah, and then I'm just going to release this. This is the tool that I use to hold the clutch plate central. And then now all you have to do is just turn it, unwind it like that. It releases it through, and you know that that is absolutely spot on. So there we go. That is the new clutch done, and we can move on to the gearbox. So we've got to do some gearbox oil seals, and what else we got to do on it? Oh, we've got to pull these old ones out first, both sides. New oil seals, both sides. Just a wipe round, a clean round. And then we're going to switch out this release bearing, which don't feel that bad actually, but I'm going to switch it out because we've got a new one. And yeah, just a white round. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, this one. It's so tight, that shaft is so tight. So I'm going to, little bit of grease on there, multi-purpose grease around there. You do get a little bit in the pack, I've got to be honest. When you do get the clutch, you get this little bit of grease. So yeah, I'm just going to put this over, actually. Just going to put that over the spline. And then I've got some other bits that's turned up as well. I've got brake pads. So they're turned up, and the gearbox oil as well. So we've got that now. That's the release bearing there. So that's good. And these are the oil seals we need to replace. So we're going to do that. So I'll set you up. Let's get cracking with the gearbox now. Let's get all the bits and pieces on that. Then we're going to put it in place, put it back in, and then just start the reverse of putting all these bits back together on the car. And then we'll move on to the other stuff. So yeah, let's now do the gearbox. Let's do this. Right, okay, so there we go, guys. That is the new drive shaft gearbox oil seals fitted. That one there. And the other side, this is the old one. But it don't look that bad, I've got to be honest, but it's still worth changing them out, because you don't want to go to all this work and trouble and then to find that it's going to, you know, give you an oil leak coming from a seal that's, you know, they're not expensive, these. I think it was about 20 quid, 15, 20 quid, I think these seals are. So it's worth just swapping them out. I always do them. Every time I do a gearbox, I'm always swapping these out. Done the release bearing, new ones there as well. Done the release bearing there, so you've got a nice new release bearing. And I've used that grease just to go around that shaft there to make it a lot easier. Yeah, so I think we're ready for that now to go back in the car. So let's just see how this goes. Sometimes this takes a while to line it up and figure it in. Other times, straight in with no issues, really quick. Let's just see how long this one is going to take to do. So yeah, let's get set up. Let's do this. Wow, guys, that was fighting me, that gearbox. Yeah, it really was fighting me, this one. I had to juggle around with it a little while because I've got a jack underneath the engine, a jack underneath the gearbox. You kind of, it's fighting each other. And in the end, sometimes it's worth just dropping the one off the actual gearbox and allow it to move around more. It's still a very fiddly job, and sometimes it just goes straight on, and then other times like this, it just fights you a little bit. But, just be a little bit of patience, and it'll eventually just find its own way and slot in. So, got the 2 bolts at the top done. That's all in place. The engine... The gearbox engine mount, top mount is done. That's in place. So all I've got to do now is jack it up in the air and do the underneath parts. So all the rest of the bell housing, that cover's got to go on. Drive shaft's got to go in place. Starter motor has got to be put in place, connected up. Just bits and pieces like that, really. Just sort of put it all back together. And we'll gradually get this... we should get this running pretty soon. But I just need to... get all the underneath parts done now, which is a bit fiddly because you're underneath the car and there's not much space with this ramp. But let's just get set up, guys. Let's get cracking. We've got to get it done. We've got to get everything back together. Let's do this. Right, guys, absolutely smashing through this now. Everything's going back together very, very nicely. Exactly in the way it should go back. I'm just making sure there's no bolts left over from certain areas. So as you can see, like, I've got those bolts are for that bit, that bracket there. Those bolts are for that section there. And do you know what I mean? Everything seems to be going back really, really well. So, yeah, gearbox is in, gearbox oil is in, drive shafts are back in place, but not bolted yet. You can see they just want to bolt through there, which I always leave certain areas, so that'll be, this is over there. So I've got to do that. We've still got to bring this over. We've got to change this over as well, which is the slave cylinder. Still got to change that over, but I'm leaving that for the moment and just until I'm ready. Because, I've got to you've got to preload the new slave cylinder. And what I mean by that is that with the new one, you have to push it down like that. Then as you're holding it down like this on the pressure, fill it with that. You have to hold it. It's hard to do with one hand. So you have to push it together, and then as you're holding it, take this yellow cap off and put .4 in there, and as it's in there with the nozzle, slowly release this back out. That way it's pulling and filling the slave cylinder, so that when you fit it, it's just a case of switching it straight over, and you still have to bleed it, but it's just a lot easier if you preload the actual slave cylinder with the fluid inside there, and then it's less to bleed. and get the air out. It just helps. That's the way I do it anyway. I don't know if anyone else does it any other way, but that's the way I've always done it. So yeah, we've still got to do that. A few bits and pieces. Still got to do a little bit on the top end. Still got to put a few hoses in, connect that back up to there. That goes down there. Leave that for the minute. So I've still got this I want to sort out. So yeah, I am going to continue now, and just putting things back to normal, back on. But it's getting there. I'm quite happy with the progress, and we'll just see how far we get today. It'd be great if we can get this finished for her today, but I just don't know yet. Got other jobs coming in. People, wanted me to sort of book in jobs and stuff like that. I've got another one just come in that's booked in for next week, which is another Fiat 500 job. I've got a job coming in Wednesday, which is a full transit connect. And that's with a drive shaft seal, which I've had to order from the main dealer, which is this one here. So I've ordered that from the main dealer, drive shaft seal. So yeah, very, very busy, guys. So I really want to get this finished for her because she needs this car for her college. So let's get cracking. Let me set you up. Let's see how far we get. Let's do this. Right, okay. Whew. We are getting very, very close now to be able to finish this off. Done everything. Bled the clutch. It's all been bled. Someone helped me do that. Can't do it on your own. Someone helped me do that. He did not want to be filmed, so that's fair enough. You've got to respect people's wishes. So he did not want to be filmed, so I couldn't do that part. But it's done. It feels great. It goes in all the gears. The clutch pedal's right at the bottom. You just lift it and it's there. So I know that it's good. Done the brake pads as well on the front. With it's got these new little pins going through. So yeah, she's got new pads now. So that's good. And yeah, it goes in all the gears. No leaks. So yeah, happy days, guys. I think we've solved the problem. Bit of a big job, like really, like it's 2 long days to do this, but it is quicker for me because I've done so many of them. Not just KA as well, Fiat 500s, they're all the same, gearboxes, clutches, I've done timing belts, I know the ins and outs of these engines and what bolts I need, what sockets to use, how to, what steps to do them. So yeah, so it is a little bit quicker for me. So, but we are definitely getting there. It's up to temperature. It's getting great heat from the inside. The fan keeps kicking in and out. The pipes are really hot, both sides. The tank is full up where it should be, down there. So, I'm just keeping it running, just doing my checks and, just keep checking and flushing it through. But yeah, it's ticking over very, very nicely. So I had nothing to do with the engine side, like engine oil and that sort of stuff, but I have checked it just to make sure that it's up to scratch. It's all good. So, she had the time belt done, I think. I didn't do it, but she had someone else do it because you can see it's popped through there. But I'm sure she told me she had it done. Or it's been done, sorry. But, it's just a nice little tidy KA. First car, so she's running around in it. But she just wants to keep it going for a little while. Now I've done that clutch, the gearbox. That's all good now for a long time. She hasn't got to worry about that. And the timing belt's been done, so she ain't got to worry about that. So technically, this should really, really last her out for a while to come. But I'm absolutely shattered now. It doesn't have to take it out of you, these bits and pieces. But you have to do it. You have to step by step, taking off, doing up, sort of stuff like that. So, it is what it is. Yeah, now we've got to deal with the bumper and this situation here. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to cut that off there because that can't stay like that. Cut it off there, flush. Bang these rivets up. Then get the bracket that's there, put it in place, rivet it back into place with new rivets. And then we're going to put the bumper on and see how we're going to fix this and connect it so it's safe and secure. There's no way I'm going to be going through the bumper. No chance of me doing that. But we've got to find a way of sort of connecting it up and getting it safe. So I think that's what we'll do next. Let me just, I've got a little bit more time. Let's get on with that. And let's just see how far we get today. If not, we may have to finish this off tomorrow morning. And then jump on the Vauxhall Agilia. Because that's booked in for an MOT tomorrow, that Vauxhall Auto Agilia. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong or right, I don't know. But yeah, let's carry on with this for now. Let's try and get the bumper on tonight. Let's do this. Right, okay. So that's it, guys. We are done. What I could do is just get it. I like to do on this corner. It's not exactly. I don't want to push it with my dirty hands again, because I've been trying to mess around with this. It's secure and tight, but it's got a very slight lip now. It's sticking out. It's not the best, but you know, they're not gonna want to replace this bumper. And they're not gonna replace, because that's what you need really. You need a replacement bumper, or the bracket. I don't know, but I spoke to the owner, and she said just get it back as best you can, and I think that's going to be the best I can really. I had to in the end screw it from the inside through the bracket and into the metal. It's not the right way of doing it at all, and you know what I mean. I don't like doing things like that, but it's not my car, you know, and it's the customer's car, and you have to do really what the customer wants. I can only do the best I can for them and suggest things and say things and stuff like that. But honestly, I think she's going to be more than happy with that, because now, at least it's, you know, it's secure, it's tight. I know it's not got a screw through from the outside, but I had to remove that to get the bumper off. I had to get that off. So, yeah. Anyway, we are completely done. Wheel arches are in, wheels are on, and all I've got to do now is just take it for a quick test drive to check to make sure that it goes into gears, all the brakes work fine as it should. I'm sure it's going to be good. So yeah, that's the last thing I've got to do, but I could do that, you know, once I'll have a little tidy up, then I'm going to take it out for a spin, and then that'll be it. So for you guys, that's it. That's the end of today's video, and probably the end you're going to see of this car for now. It may be back in the workshop at some point for a service or other bits and pieces, you know, just maintenance stuff, wear and tear stuff, maybe shocks, springs, who knows. But for now, that's it. And that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to drop me a comment. Give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate all the support. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Take care. See you soon.